Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Susan A. the platform where we speak truth to power. The song says, "How long, how long, how long will I get to suffer?" It's a song in the background. It's a song I wrote. You can, of course, download it on YouTube. It's on my platform, Citizen A. the platform where we speak truth to power. You can download it. You can share it. I've put the link on. Many of you know it's my background song that I use. It's a way to remind us what we need to do. In the picture, you will see a group of children. They are with a plate in their hand and their moms behind them. That's hunger in our land. Hunger is in our land, and it is hunger has been weaponized. Hunger has been weaponized, and that is why many of us have been clamoring for Yoruba Nation, Biafra Nation, and everything else because we want our lives, the coming generation, to have a better future. Now, as it currently stands, I am for Yoruba Nation, and nothing will change this. Will dissuade me from that. But the reality of what we face right now, in a few days, in like literally 3 days from now, Tinubu is going to be sworn in as your president, as the president of Nigeria. What I want us all to begin to understand that is, see, whoever is elected the president, it's not going to stop the hunger in our streets. The only thing that will stop the hunger, there's a number of things we need to do to put an end to hunger in our communities. These kids there, just keep looking at them. They are asking for food. Look at their eyes. They are queuing to survive. And that's in Nigeria. This is in 2023. No one man can solve this problem. That's what I'm really trying to get at. There are ways we can combat the weaponized hunger, but it needs a collective spirit within our community to combat this. So we know, for example, that those politicians, they have such weaponized hunger such that the area boys will kill for, sorry, I shouldn't say that, will the area boys will do whatever for for a fast buck. They will do whatever to get money. For 5,000 naira, they will do something crazy. And those who the politicians who deliberately have prevented the people from participating in their governance because they have not given them that knowledge, they will use these people to keep hold of the power. They don't want the people to question them about where the monthly allocation is going, because those are the funds that they're using in buying foreign houses, taking their girlfriends away, going on expensive holidays, and getting medical treatment abroad. That's the money they use. The money meant for your roads, your water, your light, your schools, your bridges, your healthcare, your safety, your security. That's the money they use. So, what I'm here to try and do basically is to encourage us, that our collective effort participating in our governance is very, very important right now. Just keep looking at those kids. There's poverty, hunger in their eyes. Look at that. They're waiting in line with plate for food. They're queuing. That's what they're doing. And that's painful to see. They look just like me and you. What future for them? What future? I want a better future for these kids. That's why I'm doing this. It's not for myself. I'm an old man. But the coming generation, we have to leave a better, much better legacy. And the only way that can be possible is that we have to be moved. Now, I know when I say this, people are going to say, oh, hunger has been weaponized. We have to be careful. People are powerless. No, you're not powerless. You're not powerless. The more you stand together within your community, the more you can combat this kind of hunger and poverty that we're seeing on the screen. And that's what I'm really trying to talk about. What steps can we take? So, here are a couple of things that I want us to do. Number one, I want to make sure that you have to make sure that you're a member of a local community association. Join a local community association. Join them. Make sure you join and begin to bring like-minded. The more of you that can come together and say, look, let's walk around my area. What is wrong? Let's make a list of things that are wrong in our area. I.e., go just literally ask, we are all committee members and we are all members of the local community association. Let us walk around and we can then divide out how we can do what areas some people will focus on to speak to the council about. We literally need to do that. So when you walk around as a community, pick a day in your community that you will all walk around. Okay, maybe a weekend. Decide, okay, the local community association, all of you, you must be the more of you. Not only one person can do this. It's not only one person. It's all of us. When you stand together, when you come together within your community and decide, okay, we want to walk around and see what is wrong with our community. So you take a record of the video of the roads, the light, the water, the no schools, the bridges, the healthcare, all of it. You make a list of it. Once you make a list of that, you now decide, okay, these are what is wrong with our community. What can we do collectively to begin to address this locally, not centrally? You need to look at your local problems, because that, unless you see, for so long you've been programmed to forget about your local problems. You've been looking at, the government will come and do it. But the government, they are there. They're not doing it because they've taken your mind away from it by going to churches and the mosque. You need to constantly be part of your local community, looking at how you can solve your problem collectively on a daily basis. That is how much it is important. And this, keep in mind the eyes of these children. They are hungry. They are hungry because the governance has failed them. And you need to start changing that from at a local level. If every local government area can focus on their areas to start trying to end this kind of hunger and poverty and begin to put pressure on the local government, hunger will cease in our land. It requires our collective participation. So like I said, you make a list of all of those things that are wrong. No roads, no water, no light, no schools, no hospital, no healthcare, no safety, no security. You make a list of it, and then you now put yourselves into groups. And then there's one more thing I want you to add to that. You need to have somebody that will be reporting, that will be a committee that will be looking at things from at the state and federal level, because we need you guys we need the focus on the local level. But for too long, people have been focusing on the federal and the state level. We need to focus on what is happening in our community. Without focusing on what is happening in our local community, we will never get the infrastructure. We need to focus on that on a daily basis, like a laser beam. And we have the powers to do it. What do I mean by that? We have powers to do it. Like I said, hunger has been weaponized. Let us not allow hunger bring fear into our hearts to go for what we should demand locally within our community. And because if we don't, the coming generation, we're going to leave this legacy for them. So we need to really work together. At this point, when we see that there's hunger in our community, it is very, very important we begin to come together as a community to address that as well. That is also another issue that should be on the local community association committee. That you go down to the local councillor and say, look at the pictures. These kids, we are people, we are hungry, we are not able to eat. This is starvation in our land. We don't want one day, we don't want a temporary solution, we want a permanent solution. But how you go about doing that is what we're trying to talk about now. So now we've got this picture here, and you just keep that picture in mind, because hunger has been weaponized. Now, let us go and look at how we can perhaps deal with the issue of hunger. Now we have said we have to have a local community association. So now once you've identified the problems, now you need to arm yourself with tools you need. Here are one of the tools that you need. You need to know this constitution, this section 14A, 14.2A and 14.2C of the constitution. And those two, it talks about sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria, from whom the government, through its constitution, derives all its powers and authority. That is a very important information. That means that your community, your local government area, is a sovereignty. Everyone within that area, when you come together collectively, you can express, you can you can use that collective sovereignty that you have to now go to your local government area. By going to your local government area and asking them questions and telling them to provide the funds, you are beginning to do section 142C, which is the participation by the people in their government in accordance, shall be ensured in accordance with the provisions of this constitution. So you can understand these are the things we need to do. You need to come together. Remember, I talked about poverty of food, no water, no road, no light, no schools, no bridges, no hospital. In the local community area, you need to come together and sit down and identify these problems collectively. Walk around, do a walk around yourselves. On a weekend, get yourselves together. 20, 30, 40. Walk around your community. Highlight every single problem that you can find. Make a list of it, do a video, take pictures. Now, when you go back to the committee, reconvene another meeting. In that meeting, now decide, okay, these are the key areas, these are all the problems that we have. We are going to break them down into committees. So, committee for road, committee for water, committee for light, committee for hunger, committee for schools, committee for hospitals, committee for safety and security, committee for federal and state government, committee. And then you now put yourselves in each of those committees. But the commitment has to be total. You cannot, no one person can do this. Your community must focus on solving that problem at the local level. That is what must happen. So this is why this information is important, because now you now understand that your community, your local community, is a sovereignty, and you can express and you can use the sovereign power by participating in your governance, holding elected officials to account. So this information, I suggest, I've said it before, should be on the wall of every local community association. This information that you see on the screen. So we need that information to remind us what is really going on. Now, so this will be an example of a local community association. This is what we would expect you to do, because I'm trying to show you how this works. So that will be that. So that, imagine any community, let's just say Alimosho local government area. These people represent them. Now they've talked about water, roads, light, schools, bridges, healthcare. They've walked around. So they're in their hand, they're holding the paperwork about the water, light, road, schools, bridges. And now they are now going to put themselves into groups, into different smaller groups, and focus on each of those areas, so that they can now go and do a detailed report on that and say, okay, this is what is wrong. And now, as a community, they arm themselves with this information that you see, the sovereignty, section 42 and 42C, and now 142C, and now go to the community, a local government authority, and say, look, our community, you need to come around. This is wrong. We have the power to hold you to account. We have the right to participate in our governance as mandated under the section 142C. The participation by the people in the government shall be ensured in accordance with the provisions of this constitution. And the provision states, sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria. And since you are a sovereign in your local community, that every local government area is a sovereign, you have the right to hold your governors to account by participating and questioning them. So I hope you can see the connection between that. It's very, very important that we explain that. I'm hoping that makes sense. So finally, of course, so when you do all of this, you need one more key information. There's one more key information that you need. You need one more key information, and that key information is this. This is something called a monthly allocation. So that's me, that's my finger you see there. That's a monthly allocation for Lagos State. You can see it says Lagos State there. That's a monthly allocation. Now, if I go and zoom in, I'm just going to zoom in. You see it says allocation for December 2022, Lagos State. So let us go and look at Alimosho, for example. Alimosho, for example, if you go and look at Alimosho has got 1.34 trillion naira for December 2022. You can see it on the screen. I hope you can see it on the. Let me drop it down. I'll make it smaller. I want to make it so you can see it. So you can see that it's for. I'm just gonna get. So let me go back here. I want to make sure you can see it. So that's December 2022. So I'm now gonna go into Alimosho there. Alimosho, there is 1.034 million naira, 1.4 trillion naira, 1.034 trillion naira that they got in December. So now you have that information. So that will now be this. Let's just say these people represent Alimosho community now. So with that information now, they can go to the Alimosho local government area. The chief, they go to the local government chairman, the councillor, and they call them to meeting and say, look, this is the funds that we saw that you have, and you get these funds from the local community association. So I'm going. This is another one I wanted to show you. Let me just see. Same thing anyway, but you can see where I'm going. So 1.034. So let me see if you can see that. So you see there. So what we now do is this group of people who are from the local community, and you have to go as a collective. Never go on your own. If you go on your own, the local government chairman will call you guys to one side, pay you quietly, and keep you all divided. That's what they do. They will keep you all divided. You need to stand together from within each community. And once you see how to combat when they use food as a weapon is when you guys come together and make sure you feed yourselves, but you show the evidence of hunger within your community at the same time. Look, we have this money. You tell them, look at this money. For example, Alimosho local government area now that I just showed you, they received in just 1 month 1.034 trillion naira. That is enough money to more than feed, and provide for infrastructure and roads and water and light. So without you having this information, that is why I'm saying you need your local community. You all have to be members of the local community association and be able to begin to question and hold these people to account. And keep in mind, what is the motivating factor? What is motivating you? It's these children. The fact that they are living on handouts, they are hungry. And the government, the local government should be dealing with this. So everybody right now, I want to just say this to everybody watching this podcast. Your focus should not be on Tinubu or the next president or the vice president Shetima. Your focus should be on your local government area and how the problems that you face in that local government area can be tackled. I've just shown you something here. The thing I want to just remind us all, I've just shown you. This is Ifako Jaye, they got 653 billion naira in December 2022. So these are funds. When you have that information, it's important as a local community association. You now go to a local chairman. Never go as a single person. You need to go as a group, please, because that's what they're counting on. The churches and the mosques don't want you to know this information, and we are giving it to you. The churches and the mosques don't want you to know that your local, there's monthly allocation going to your local government, and that money could be used to fix your road. They want you to come to the church because they want the churches to be full. They want the mosques to be full. They occupy your mind. You need to focus on ensuring that your community gets the infrastructure it needs, i.e. water, road, light, schools, bridges, healthcare, safety, and security, and the ability to feed our families and our children, so that we do not have a situation where kids there's weaponized hunger, a child holding a plate in their hand. That is painful. So I'm here to really urge us all. This is a plan how to tackle hunger that has been weaponized hunger. How to tackle weaponized hunger is what I'm going to put title this. How to combat weaponized hunger. And listen to the video and share it. Please don't forget to subscribe to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. We need to begin to use this information together collectively. And again, if you come together as a community, you can also teach each other about this. This is a process that needs to happen, because the next few days is very important that we begin to take action at the local level. It is only by collectively working together in all 774 local government areas at the local level will this weaponize hunger. It is only until then that until all us working together, only then will it stop. If we do not work together collectively, it will continue. And I know they've used it as a weapon, but if you can come together as a community, try and help provide funds, to help each other through this process in the short term. But know full well that the funds that you need, every single local government area, I'm gonna go. Let me just show you. This is just December. All 774 local government areas, they have funds that they receive a month. There is not one that is blank. If you notice, just look at the total allocation there. There is not one line that you will see that is blank that they got nothing. They are all getting something, and that is a lot of money. And often, we're talking billions of naira. In many cases, and these are things that we need to highlight. So I am here to really encourage you. For the sake of these children here, we need to participate in our governance to put an end to weaponized hunger. For the sake of these children on the screen, we need to participate in our governance to put an end to weaponized hunger. Please. So please, thank you so much for watching this. When you get the broadcast, please share it. We need to take collective action. But we need to start this in all 774 local government area. We need to start focusing on solving the problems that we face within our community. The lack of infrastructure is by coming together and holding them to account. Now you have the funds. You know the monthly allocation for every single local government area. You know that you have the power within the Constitution, Section 14.2a. Sovereignty belongs to the people, from whom the government, through this Constitution, derives all its powers of authority. And then Section 14.2c. The participation of the people in the government shall be in accordance with the provisions of this Constitution. Those two, they are very powerful things that we must begin to spread in every community, because that gives you now the power to now go and question about the monthly allocation. You now have the power to now go. You now know you have the power, and you tell everybody, but never go individually. Please always go as a group. Like I said, you need to go as a community, as in this picture here. 1 second, please. So you need to go into the community, to go as a community like this. You need to go like that as a group. Never go, because when you go on your own, they will pay one person off to keep you all divided. The thing is, you need to stand together within your community. It is by standing together that you will get the roads, the water, the light, the schools, and everything else. By standing together and saying, no, we don't need money from you in the background. We need you to fix our road. The money, that monthly allocation that we see here, we want it to be used to fix our roads. You start telling the community, your local government association, what you want them to do with the money that they receive, and it is your power, because sovereignty belongs to you. As a member of that local government area, you are a sovereign, and collectively exercising that sovereign gives you more power, but you need to stand together. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you found this beneficial. It's a quick idea about how we can combat and tackle the issue of hunger in our land and weaponize hunger, and how to ensure that the infrastructure that we need, we get. The funds are there. The funds are there. There's a lot of money, and those are the kind of funds that we need to begin to question. Don't forget, you need to be aware. And if you haven't got this, download it. And like I said, I've shared it so many times, but I'll come back and talk about it again. Let me just show you the one here. This is what I need you to really ensure you remember. Sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria, from whom the government, through this constitution, derives all its powers and authority. Every local government area is a sovereignty. And you coming together and exercising that sovereignty by participating, because that's a foundation. Without the people, there is no nation. Without the community, there is no nation. So every local government area, all 704, you have the power to hold your governors to account by exercising Section 14.2c, participation in your governance. And Section 14.2a gives you that sovereignty, because the government derives its powers from your sovereignty, all put together. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you found this beneficial. Let me just, I know this is a bit painful. Those kids, they are haunting me, but I want it to drive us. I want this to be something that drives us to take collective action. Join me if you want more information about how you can start up a local community association, or I'm even planning to do this. I want to do a Zoom meeting. Let me know if you're interested. a Zoom meeting where we're going to start interacting with local communities across the whole land. Whoever is interested to join in and actually begin a process whereby we are happy to show this live on air as well, live on Citizen AY and Oduduwa TV Radio in Yoruba, whereby you will have a discussion, whereby you go around and film in your area, the bad roads, the bad school, and not only that, we can also film you going to the local community as a group. We need you doing it as a group. When you can do that, we will stream it. If we're speaking in Yoruba on Oduduwa TV Radio, if it's in English, we will do it. I'll do it on Citizen AY to show and demonstrate how we can begin to really take control back within our community. This is not about attacking anybody. The system has been designed in such a way that they do not want you to address those problems. But when you stand as a community together, and you can hold them to account. Just keep in mind, we're doing this because of the coming generation, such as you see on the screen. We can no longer talk or praying is no longer enough. The church and the mosque are there to distract your mind. That is my view of it, and that is exactly what is happening. The churches and the mosque, they're not stopping this. They will give money. Oh, we're helping. No, there's enough money. Again, I'm showing you the facts and figures that back to what I'm saying. And by the way, if you want to download that, I can talk you through. I've done a video that talks you through how you can go onto the National Bureau of Statistics and download the amount, the monthly allocation for your own local community. I've done it live on air, whereby I've actually listed the amount received in a given month for as many different local government areas that people put on the comments. You can put yours down and I will show you. And I've also shown you how to go and download it. What I'll do is I'll probably put a link towards that into this podcast so that you can do the same thing as well. Let us not stand and fold our arms. However much money we try and put together under Yoruba Nation, we have not reached a billion naira. But here we have over 13 trillion naira in just 1 month that our people don't have access to because they're not aware of the powers that they have. 13 trillion naira. You heard me right. That's for Lagos. This is the amount for Lagos. Let me just scroll up. Let me see. Can I do that? No, it won't let me scroll up. Okay. I'm just trying to show you know. Yeah, in fact, you know what? I'll do it here so you can see it on this one. Let me see if we can do that. Yeah. So I'm going to show you. So if you look at there, this is Lagos. Right? I want to just show you the amount for Lagos because I want you to understand that we really need to be, we shouldn't be accepting this at all. You're going to see the total amount for Lagos, 13 trillion naira in December. So we can no longer. There you go. See that? That's 13 trillion naira. Let me go back up here, sir. That just above my head, you see it. 13 trillion naira. Can you see that? For Lagos. That's the total amount of monthly allocation that many people are not aware of. We cannot afford to stand by and just watch this happening because of this coming generation. We need to take steps. So when you see this broadcast, please share, and share. So the broadcast will be how to combat weaponized hunger using through participation in our local governance. So that is what it's going to say. I hope you find it beneficial. Leave a comment, share it. Please let it reach as many people as possible. The time for talking is over. It is now collective action. We have the means to do it, and we have to. It's our collective effort that will combat the weaponized hunger. If we don't do it collectively, we won't achieve it. So we need collective effort. You've been watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak with the power. Like I said, it says how long are we going to suffer. Now we need to begin to take steps going forward at the local government level to address the injustice, the daylight robbery going on. You have the powers to hold them to account. I've shown you the steps. Please, let's act on it. I'll come back and do another video about this. I hope you found this beneficial. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. This is no longer about talking about the problems. It's about bringing the solutions out and actually acting on the solutions. I hope many of you will take the solutions, some of the solutions here, and apply it on ground within all 774 local government area. We can apply this to all 774 local government area. And like I said, we can actually do live videos of you in your local community, having meetings and going around and walking around and showing the problems. And then when you now have meetings with the councillor and the local chairman, you can then stream that live. We will share it on our broadcast. We will share it live. That is the next step now. You see, there is no point in us sort of protesting. if it is best with now we can combine instead of protesting about Yoruba nation. We need to go now and carry the evidence to the local government area. We can do that and stream that live. We are raising concerns. We are raising concerns about the lack of infrastructure in our community, and we can do that. And we can stream that live on Oduduwa TV Radio and Citizen AY. Please, if you are interested in this kind of project and you want to get involved on ground, get in touch with Citizen AY. We are not breaking any laws. We are raising awareness in our community using the powers within the Constitution. I hope you found it beneficial. Please, when you get the broadcast, I urge you, share, share, and share. You're, of course, watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Participation in our local governance is the solution, and let us begin to apply it now. Thank you for watching. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. When you get this broadcast, please subscribe, share, hit the notification button, give us thumbs up, and let it reach as many people as possible. Let this video go viral. We have ways in which we can actually begin to address the concerns, the hunger in our land. The eyes of this young kid, to be honest, is haunting me. I've just not been able to take my eyes off them, and I feel they look like me. They're going to be in a few years. If they even survive, they might survive to my age. And that we can't look away. We need to take action. We mustn't look away. So please, I urge you, the steps I showed you in this video, just go through it. And if you have further questions, do not hesitate to contact me. Leave comments in the comment section. Don't just leave this video to be quiet like this. Let it go. Spread it as far, as wide as you can. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth power. I'll back later on. Thank you, and bye for now. Bye for now. Please share, share, and share. Please share, share, and share. Thank you for watching. Talk to you later on. Participation in our governance is the only solution. Thank you for watching. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth power. Bye for now.